I don't have a crystal ball, but I wish that I did. Now, I do have one of those 8 balls that I shake up every single day though, because it helps me make better decisions, and it also gives me a chance to kind of blame my problems on something other than myself. One of my ex-girlfriends did not find it funny that I used that 8 ball for a couple of those excuses. On the bright side, she did marry the next guy that she dated though, so she can actually thank my lucky 8 ball for bringing so much contention into our relationship that we broke up. But what if we don't want to have to use an 8 ball to do the right thing with our money this year? In this video, I'm going to give you some suggestions on what to do with your money so that you can take this meh year and turn it into a year that will completely shift the direction of your financial future. Hey money nerds, I'm Jarrad with an A, and on this channel we like to talk about all things personal finance and investing, and we try to have some fun in the process. The vast majority of us might actually be done with formal education, but that doesn't mean that you should stop learning. Luckily for you and I, we don't have to spend a few $1,000s to take a course in college like how to climb a tree just to get enough credits to graduate. Excuse me, Mr. College President, I'm pursuing a business degree, so you can actually take these required science classes and all of the other useless classes you were making me pay for and shove them right up your ass. Excuse me, but back to what I was saying. You're a little bit older now, so that means that mom and dad aren't banging on your bedroom door to leave the house in time to make it to class. The first thing to do with your money this year is to take a portion of it and invest it into some sort of continued education. Think of it in terms of acquiring more skills that'll pay off later down the line in the future. Now, I know that you can find a ton of information for free, and if you can do that, then absolutely, by all means, take advantage of that. But understand the cost of something being free. When something is free, it's not always taken seriously. It's usually taken for granted because there's no actual skin in the game. Sure, you're spending your time as opposed to your dollars and time to educate yourself, but based on how a lot of us spend our time, we don't actually value our time as much as we do our money. So sometimes it actually makes sense to intentionally trade dollars for knowledge. Another good thing about spending money on education is that you don't have to go searching for information all over the place. For example, if you purchase an online course or even an in-person course, then all of the information will usually be complete and laid out for you in a very organized manner. I spend a few $1,000s on continued education every single year, and it has had a huge payoff for myself and my bank account. Plus, unlike college courses, you get to choose what you learn as opposed to being a, we'll say, business major and being forced to take something like a music class. Hey, college president, know that Bach to Rock class that I took in college didn't help make me a more well-rounded individual. Sorry, not sorry. Think about it. You also learn better and retain information a lot easier when you were studying and learning something that you actually want to. Wow, who would have thought? Don't let the messed up college system ruin your ability to want to intentionally pursue learning new things. If you haven't done it already, please Hulk smash that thumbs up button to help support myself and this channel, and my dog Molly as well. Would love you long time. Why do businesses fail? It's a simple question that has a black and white answer. It's because the money going out is greater than the money coming in for too many months in a row. That's why this year I want you to start thinking like a business owner when it comes to your personal money. Run your life like it's a business that needs to grow. One of the first things that you can do is audit your spending. If a company is hemorrhaging money out of their beehole, then there is no way for them to know how much they're spending or where it's going unless they break it down by individual business segments. I'm not even saying for you to do a budget here, so don't start rolling your eyes and saying, Jarrad, I'm not doing a budget, you're an idiot. Yes, that is ideal, and I personally still do a monthly budget, but you don't have to. The point is to just have an idea of where your money is actually going. How much is going towards housing? How much is going towards car expenses? How much is going towards food? And all of the other black hole expenses that you don't even notice on a day-to-day basis. Take those little fingers of yours, log into your bank account, download your expenses from the last full month, then drop it to a Google Sheet or Excel spreadsheet. If you're one of those people who are afraid of pivot tables and VLOOKUPs and graphs, then just use something like a free tool that they have over at mint.com. If it's been a little while since you've audited your spending or you've never done it before, then I recommend going and grabbing a bucket before you do this because you are going to throw up a little bit in your mouth. The next thing you should focus on is research and development, which is basically educating and refining your personal skills that'll pay off later down the line. The acquisition of more skills and the refinement of those skills will generate you more money guaranteed. guaranteed. The more you know, the more valuable you become to yourself, the people around you, and society in general. This will give people a reason to involve you in certain things or even come to you for your particular expertise. Think of acquiring new skills like planting seeds in the garden of your backyard. You're not expecting to immediately reap the rewards of your actions today or even tomorrow. You're doing it for the payoff that it'll have at some undisclosed point in the future. But it all starts with doing the work today to acquire those new skills. The only way a business survives is if money continues to come in and increases as well. That's why it's so important to increase your revenues whenever and wherever possible. You are the product, so quit putting out a crappy product to the world because no one wants to pay for that. If your revenue isn't increasing, then you're the problem. You're either not creating some sort of value or you're not marketing yourself to let it be known why people should pay you more money. You can have the best product in the world, but if no one knows it, then your product is worth $0. Most successful companies will have multiple streams of revenue because they need multiple streams of revenue to survive in the good times and even the bad times. Facebook bought Instagram years ago, and thank goodness for them that they did because it accounts for an extremely large portion of their revenue. Having one source of income means all of your eggs are in one basket. It's like traveling and only packing one pair of underwear for each day that you're on the road. Murphy got it right with his law when he said that if you can make a mess in your underwear, then you will make a mess in your underwear. Repeat after me. If 2 is 1, then 1 is none. You're the CEO of your own life, so it's time to start acting like it. This year, Uncle Jarrad is ordering you to continue investing your money. Think of me like your big or cool Uncle Jarrad telling you what to do in this case. Over the past few years, all we've heard is that a recession is coming or a major market correction is on the horizon that's going to destroy the economy and clean out all of our bank accounts. Trust me, I hear the concerns about how the US economy is in its 11th year of expansion, or how the Fed is artificially propping up the economy and many other potential issues. Both of these are valid things to be aware of. Yes, there will be another correction at some point in the future, but no one can actually tell you when that's going to happen or how bad it's actually going to be. Everything is just a guess until it actually happens. Let's have some fun and recap the past few years so we can understand the insanity that is going on around us. The stock market has hit record highs, the yield curve inverted, student loan debt is at its highest and continues to grow, trade wars, Kim Kardashian's butt got a little bit bigger this year, upcoming elections, and way too many more for me to mention. I don't know about you, but this 24-hour news cycle is so exhausting. If you let any of these things impact how you invested over the past year, then you would have missed out on the almost 30% gains that we've all seen. We need to stop finding reasons not to invest or hold off on investing and focus on the reasons to continue investing and even possibly investing more. You can't benefit from returns for being invested if your money is just sitting on the sidelines and you're terrified to do anything with it. Here's some good reasons to continue investing. Number 1, you're going to need money to live off of when you're 70 years old. Who cares what happens to the market prices within a 1 to 5 year period unless you're about to retire? You can't turn back time to invest for the old you. Number 2, time in the market is more important than timing the market. The data has shown that you and I cannot successfully time the market. So quit acting like you're so special enough to beat what the statistics show and focus more on consistently putting money in every single month. Number 3, $500 invested today with a 7% return could be worth almost $2,000 in 20 years, but only if it's actually invested. This is real life. You actually need to take action to invest the money. No one's going to give you a gold star if you don't do it. Number 4, investing today will help you reach financial independence sooner. Yes, you'll actually be able to leave work at a reasonable age the sooner you invest and the more that you invest.
Oh my gosh, Jarrad, but I love my job so much. I want to do it forever.
You might love your job today, but how do you know you're still going to love it just as much in 10 or 20 years? Let's just assume that you're going to hate it and be ready to move on to something else, because I don't know about you, but I am not the same person that I was 10 years or even 5 years ago for that matter. Everyone should be investing in an IRA, so I'll throw a playlist and some resources in the description of this video to help you get started with that type of thing. Now we need to talk about the elephant in the room, and it's one of the reasons that people always feel on edge about their money situation. We always hear those news stories about how 40% of Americans can't afford an emergency that costs $400. I have zero clue if this is true or not. To me, it sounds insane, but then again, I am no longer in that position, so I could just be out of touch in this area. But hearing things like this is a good reminder to make sure that you do have a decent sized emergency fund to help you get through any unexpected expenses that you'll face this year. I just had a hot water heater go out in my house a couple of months ago that I paid for out of my emergency fund. If I didn't have a 6-month emergency fund, then that $1,000 bill could have potentially destroyed my finances, at least for a little while. Keep in mind that the amount that you have in your fund can be as large or small as you want. As long as it helps you live with a little less stress, then go with that particular amount. While I was in the process of paying off my $82,000 in debt, I felt comfortable with anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000. Now, since paying off all of my debts, I was kind of happy with 3 months at first, and now I feel more comfortable with 6 months worth of expenses in my account. One thing we can all be sure of is that random expenses are gonna pop up that we don't plan for. So quit pretending like everything is a big surprise when it happens, because it shouldn't be. One more thing, your emergency fund isn't there for you to invest, and it's definitely not there for you to spend on new shoes or going out to eat. It's there to keep you out of the poorhouse and remove stress from your life. So tuck it away in a nice high interest online savings account and completely forget about it. As long as the return on that money is keeping up with inflation, then you should be happy with that. Next, I want you to take 30 days at any point throughout this year and restrict yourself just a little bit with the money you're spending in one area. 30 days is just enough to make you kind of feel it, but it's also not that long in the grand scheme of things if you think about it. One of my favorite Stoic philosophers, Seneca, suggested to set aside a certain number of days to be content in living with a little bit less. He basically tells you to go through these days dressing and living like you're poor, but don't worry, because I'm not suggesting that you do this to the full extent that he was talking about. This was Seneca's way of teaching you how to bring yourself back down to baseline, or almost give yourself a little bit of a reset to realize that you'll live just fine if things are removed from your life. This is something that I'll be taking advantage of soon. I'm going to be taking 1 month in this first quarter of the year to avoid purchasing some of the extra things I do normally. For me, that means no cheat meals, aka eating out for 30 days. That also means that I'm avoiding dates for a whole month. I know, sounds weird, but I think I can do it. As we progress in our finances and become a little bit more well-off, we naturally start to consume a little bit more and begin to lose touch. It usually doesn't become an issue until we realize it's too late or really difficult to change our habits. So take 30 days throughout the year and give yourself a little money challenge to see if your goals are still aligned with your actions. Check out these videos to your left that I put together just for you. Make sure to check out the description for more resources and playlists to help you out with all of your personal finance and investing needs. Make sure to Hulk smash that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one, friends. Adios.